Hey, what's going on, family of YouTube? Today I got the Supra up in the air. I'm using the same leaky jack, but it does have a rod to go through to act as a floor jack, so that's what I'm doing. Better safe than sorry, obviously. You should always have a sturdy stationary floor jack and using the hydraulic jack. But that's not why we're here. We're here today because I'm going to show you guys my methodology of taking that factory front strut out. It is a pain in the ass. People who've done it know it. People who are about to do it have no idea, so I'm going to show you. All right, guys, so there's basically 3 different ways that you can take this out, all of which are more of a pain than necessary, in my opinion. So, you know, my car looks pretty clean. I just want to say that. It's really nice. I was watching videos on YouTube to see if I was missing anything, and everybody is running into the same issues. And some of the cars had barnacles growing on them. I'm not sure if it was like underwater or what, but here's mine. So the 3 different ways that I have taken the front strut out on a Mark IV Supra. Obviously, you have the bolt at the top, you have the bolt at the bottom. Now, where the problem lies is this bolt at the bottom. When you take this out and you take the 3 up top out, this gets stuck in there because the control arm, or this whole hub assembly, is pushed up against the car too tight for this to compress and come out nicely. So, well, actually there's 4 ways, and I'm gonna get to the one that I haven't tried yet. Taking this mount off with those 2 bolts. There's one there, and then there's one right here. Now, to me, that doesn't sound like a bad idea, but those bolts have never been taken off, and I don't want to run into any issues. I probably won't, but I just don't want to chance it. So that's one way I haven't tried. The second way is taking this long bolt out and letting the whole assembly come forward, and then undoing that, and it's pretty easy to get out from there. But the only problem is this bolt is so long, you got this wire in the way at ABS, I think, and then you also got your overflow tank here, which has overspray on it. And so that bolt doesn't come this way very nicely. You can take this off, you can get some room. Some cars I've had to loosen it to get some room, but it's just overall a pain. So I'm going to try and avoid doing that way. I said there was 4 ways. So we got this, we got that, and well, the third one is essentially getting a spring compressor. Sometimes it has worked, and sometimes I end up doing the bolt anyway. So on my car, I am going to try to use my spring compressors. A lot of times they don't fit nicely against the strut towers, so I'm going to give it my best shot and see what I can come up with. Just because I don't like loosening factory bolts, but you know, that's okay if everything's torqued up nicely. And the 4th one is just having someone jump, and this has worked for me in the past. Jump on your hub, but I don't recommend that. That's not really safe. I would definitely do one of what I just said before I have to resort to jumping on this. That's a worst case scenario. So essentially there's 4 ways you can do it. You can take that bottom mount off, or you can take this long bolt out and slide the hub assembly forward. That bolt will just allow it to be loose in there. And spring compressor, which I'm going to try, and then just jumping on here. So yeah, here goes nothing. All right, guys, success. So there it is, that piece of crap. I forgot that I am the only one working on this thing. Ideally, you should have 2 people, especially for safety reasons, but I don't. So usually what I would do is I would clamp these down and I'd have someone jump on the hub like I explained. So basically step 3 and 4 are the different ways of getting this out. 3 and 4 are kind of combined. It would have came out if I had someone here to jump on it, but I don't. So ultimately I took that bolt out. I undid this. So there's a bolt right behind here. There's a bolt there, and then there's a bolt right there. You can see it, see how it goes in. So I took 3 bolts off, and there's also a bracket right there that you have to slide out. Watch out that your neck of your washer fluid doesn't come out too much. I've been dripping because it's just a rubber seal between the two. So basically I can start putting this all back together. The reason being is because the coilover will be much smaller than that, and it should fit in here very, very easily. So while this is like this, I'm gonna give it a clean as much as I can, because my car is pretty clean, so I want to keep it that way, and go from there. So next shot, you'll see the coilover in there. Friends, it is done. It took me a long time for the simple fact that I cleaned everything up. So honestly, the best way to tackle the front coilovers on the Supra, in my humble opinion, is to take this bolt out. Even if you have to take this shield off and just loosen the overflow so you can put the bolt through, it'll save you time, it'll save you heartache, it'll save you swears, it'll save you throwing wrenches, it'll save you all of the above. Trust me on this, I've done it many, many times. I thought I was going to be able to use my spring compressors, and usually, even though that does work, all you have to do is unlock it from here. If a friend is jumping on the hub and the spring compressors there, usually you can get it out. One thing I do want to mention is before you put this in, do not put this back without putting this in. You will have a hard time. I don't even know if it's possible to put it back in without, you know, coiling it up all the way up, and like that's just unneeded work. So before you put this back, before you put the overflow tank back on, put the coilover in, and then slide the front control arm back in. Tighten it down to, I tightened it to 124 foot-pounds. Online says 121 foot-pounds. I will put the foot-poundage up here on the screen. Down here is 106 foot-pounds. And then up top is 36 foot-pounds. So that's what I did, and I went off the page online. The rear coilovers are done. Give you a sneak peek at those babies. So there they are. And what you do with those is you can use the spring compressors comfortably with the back and put it in easy. Every video I've seen on YouTube, they focus on the back because it's the easiest, I think, and that's it. Or they show you the front and they don't really explain what they've done. I've seen people take the bolt out. I've seen people take the bottom mount off, but they don't really go through and tell you what they're doing. They just do it and then show you it installed. So I'm trying to show you the different ways of doing it. I'm trying to show you the way I think is best, and I think it's best to take that top bolt out and then do what you got to do. Put the coilover in and then tighten the top control arm there. Obviously torque it down. I did put a little bit of thread locker medium strength on it. And also when you're done all that, then you can start tackling this. Don't do this before you do that. Just remember that. And yeah, so I cleaned it all up when in Rome, right? And my car looks like it's in really good shape. So I'm super stoked about that. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to do the other side. The other side is going to be much easier. I'd say this, budget an hour time. Before you even do it, just do yourself a favor. Take the shield off. Take the overflow, or not the overflow, my goodness, the washer fluid. I've been saying overflow this whole video. This is the washer fluid. Take that off, take the washer fluid off, and you're gonna have a fine time. Just loosen this up and take it forward and it'll slide right out. So that's the best way I think that we should tackle the front coilovers of the Supra. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, everybody. Peace.